alive a little bit longer than I think even Yell anticipated. But Cadian will be picking up that frag, and not a bad little armor buy out of Luminosity. They are able to drop a couple guns, get that bomb down as well. And that economy on Rogue, taking a little bit of a hit here. It's not really starting to form into that really solid, you know, solid dollar amount that you want to see going into that first round. We will see the buy-ups from Rogue, and that's going to drop their CT economy down quite a bit.
I wonder if Rogue are expecting a little bit more of a meteor buy there. Wait, never mind. Bomb didn't go planted up down first round. It's early. Look, I just finished my coffee. Just finished.
It's early for you? 12 o'clock Eastern?
Yeah, dude. Gamers don't get on their computers till at least 2.
Cadian now with that mid push. Going to be able to find Nekis, and he's falling off. He is going to get that smoke down towards middle as well. Spotting Yell now towards that boost. That crazy deagle off the Sick now, looking to follow up on Cadian, and the rest of the pair is following out middle. But GMD there with some great work with his M4, and Yell again with that deagle. That's 3 out of Yell, finally being put to sleep by Vice. Once again, a very costly round for the Rogue side.
Yeah, you mentioned it, and I'm just going to repeat it because it's definitely worth repeating. Luminosity have done a great job of keeping... Normally, the economy, they'd be good for about 2 comfortable rifle rounds, typically back-to-back, maybe with a little bit of an exception with, like, the players who lost rifles really have to go with SMGs the second time round, but Luminosity have kind of put them in this weird checkmate spot very early on where Rogue want to win this round as decisively as possible for the sake of moving forward.
Rogue again with that heavy mid presence here. Hiko, Vice both sit towards the vents, and I like this setup because if they do take out mid, Vice takes that initial contact, right? He goes for 1, 2, maybe he goes down. Well, to the terrorists, that's vent cleared. Hiko's able to now re-peek at any moment. He also has a smoke out if they try to molly clear the vents. So this is overall a very nice setup here from Rogue. It does look like Luminosity opting for that A bomb site, and they're not going to be finding any of that mid action right now as Cello is slowly getting ready to clear out this A bomb site. Here come the nades, I do believe. You should see an execute any moment.
Question is, how many does GMD get? Does he drop the molly in front of him? How does he use his flash? Is Sick going to be able to help him when the cross smoke gets bloomed? Or are they just going to give time for Yell to work a pick? But I hear the pins being pulled, the mollies and smokes will go out, and GMD is going to be isolated, even mollied out of position. Is that molly spreading to him, though? No, it's not. He's able to fight from fence. He takes damage from the molly and swings into it, realizing he can't stay for long, as Sick gets to sight and is able to pick up his first. The question is, will he find his second? Yes, he will. The math adds up. And he's even going to stay alive. Great play from Sick.
Here comes Hiko on the flank now. He spots Showtime's arm. There's an easy kill. Oh, actually, Cadian's going to chime in there and pick up that kill from the truck area. And that is Rogue picking up their 4th round in the first gun round as well of this match here. Luminosity back onto that save, Keith. Might see a little bit of light armor, but now this is the real opportunity here for Rogue to start actually building that economy. GMT not really in a good spot. This is really his round to get some money under his belt.
Do you want a fun fact for you, Evan?
Sure, hit me with a fun fact.
Luminosity is a Canadian-owned org.
Yeah, Steve. I've known him since I was 14.
So I see people are like, why does it say Canadian flag? Perhaps it has to do with ownership. So, yeah. Of course they're a Brazilian team. How does this happen, man? Their deagles are nuts.
Well, the aggression from Sick and GMD, look at the bodies lined up right there. That's fairly easy for anybody to pick up with half an ounce of aim, right? So Cello's going to capitalize on that now. He's going to drop 2 guns. They're actually going to be able to recover another M4. And that is going to be massive here. We're down to a 4-on-3, 2 guns in the hands of Luminosity. And this is where Rogue need to play a little bit more respectful. No aggression. They're just trying to get that info and play that retake scenario. Pick up those easy kills.
Hiko has a tall task. He has to be the rotator, and he has to worry about mid. And it looks like he'll spot a couple and just immediately hard rotate to B. Does he use Cadian with a quad op? Now,
Cadian has a full nade set, though. So after taking that initial shot, we should see him maybe even drop. Oh, he goes a little bit early, but he drops the Molotov a little bit deep as well. He's going to get shot. Oh, my gosh. Just survived with the Shell. But Showtime taking him down in that post-plant situation coming to life right now. When Neck is towards quad, Showtime in sight, and Cello towards that A main.
Retake's doable. Nekos has picked up a Molotov. Smoke towards A main. Molly from Vice go towards the forklift position. They'll exchange fire, and Cello will take the worst of it. But now he'll sit and wait. Flash over, they're going to fight. There's one default quad in A main. As Hiko will work up in support, they trade. As it's a 1v1, this bomb's not quite planted for Cello. He gets off, takes the fight. The dink comes through, but Hiko wins it. The AK prevails. And Rogue will up 5-0.
Very, very, very close round for the Rogue side there. Great effort from Cello to really bring that round to life. Hiko getting out of there with 11 HP. That M4 not doing enough. But wow, luminosity staying in this game 100%. That economy for Rogue not being able to stabilize simply because these eco rounds have just been so strong for them. Really the only person we're seeing, well actually two people, Cadian and Vice, who are really just starting to build that economy. Cadian sitting at 4-1, and that's the reason for it. Now a little aggression, and I like this. Vice is going to be pushing up towards that B. Cadian picking up the kill off the flash.
Fight from vents. To get the first, but can he fall off safely? Yes, he can. Cello will go to Molly on the vent. Katie will push up the truck. Yell will flash and peek. They have the cross smoke. PKL will lead the charge. Molly on default will deny the plant. Luminosity now are just going to post up. Rogue waiting for this bomb to go down before they make the move.
Yeah, those retake smokes now coming in from Rogue. No Molotovs, however. The Luminosity not really going to be cleared out, and Hiko's made his way to the site. Yell boosted above is going to find him, and now we're on to Cadian and Vice, who are just saying, you know what, man, let's save. We have no idea what's going on to the site. Our money's not good, and this is a wise choice out of the Rogue side. They're just going to be looking for maybe 1-2 kills, but overall, not really much they need to do here. It's going to be a save round, and Luminosity on the board with their first round at 5-1.
Question is, does Cadian get any on the exits? Any kill is ideal. It looks like he'll find no one. So Luminosity keep 3 guns in their hands. Vice and Cadian will hang on to theirs. And one saving grace is Luminosity keeping 3 players up. Their money will be sitting in an alright spot. Teammates can drop for others. And you can see how these rounds have been not so decisive. It's kind of been back and forth where they'll keep 2 alive, keep 4 alive, keep 1 alive. It's been close the last couple rounds. So Rogue's economy is still on a knife's edge of their own. So this game is still very open early on. Although it's 5-1, this is definitely one of those turnaround points.
Alright, Luminosity back into that slow, methodical default here, just watching for any pushes. Once again, you see Showtime towards that B bomb site, the squeaky door being pressed by PKL right now. So for Rogue, I mean, they're just waiting it out. They're not going to be overextending. The real only info that they're playing with right now is going to be Vice, who just got pop flash to peek the B main. And that's pretty much what they're looking at this round. They just want to allow Luminosity to really make the first move, and here it comes towards that middle presence. The Molotov actually towards the vent misses. So that would have been nice if Rogue actually ended up doing that double vent setup into this round. But Luminosity are going to be getting out towards that boost area, towards that middle, and Sick once again getting popped to clear the close mid.
Has to be careful. If he peeks his head over, and maybe the last thing he sees is that bullet flying towards it. As they'll molly vents out, because Rogue have been playing pretty vent-heavy game for the most part. So Luminosity taking precautions. The molly actually missed, so if someone was in vent, could have been deadly for them.
Two Molotovs
they missed
then?
Both mollies, yeah.
Wow,
so.
that's brutal.
So the back corner would have been okay. As long as no one was in B main, that vent player was alright. Top highway smoke.
Look at Cello now. He's lurked all the way up here. Sick. He's going to be having to watch his back periodically. He does have Cadian, but Cadian's worried about that team middle area, and this A site about to get up.
Oh, Sick using that crouch behind the forklift to perfection. Using Cadian as bait, and Sick will pounce. As they try to smoke off truck the best they can, but Sick, they have to deal with him. The smoke only covers Nekis for so long. Vice comes around, and Rogue, they clean up. A nice, safe, passive hold from Rogue. They've been showing a lot of aggression. In that round, they switched things up. Luminosity kind of just play right into the Rogue setup. And I mean, I just got to say, Sick's been playing phenomenal from this A site.
Right, Luminosity, because of the fact that they kept 3 people alive within that round that they actually won, they're going to have a little bit more money. They're going to be able to force buy up. We see those CZs. Not really too much utility. They do have 3 people with full nade sets. That's more than enough to get some control in the map. but they got to worry about how quickly and where they burn them, because going into the late round, they've got a lack of smoke utility. That's really going to burn them against the side of Rogue. I mean, Cadian's op, and like you were saying, Sick too. They've been playing phenomenal so far, and yeah, Luminosity, they're gonna be hurt if they don't have Molotovs, flashes to really get the advantage in certain scenarios.
Sick wants a fight. He'll peek towards mid. Smoke comes over. Sick knows there's some players in lockers, but he's just gonna give it up, or jail, whatever you wish to call it, the cubby. As Nekez will get the white box, nade over. Tickling of damage, but enough to put Yell down to 71, as GMD will play towards Forklift. And Luminosity will get mid control.
Oh,
but you can see a response. Yeah, the response immediately from Rogue is, we're just going to push B main. We have 3 players here. Showtime may get the first, but he's not going to get the second. They lose B main, and Yell's immediately mollied towards Vent. So the progress they made towards B is taken away from them, and Rogue will play their pawn, essentially, move it up 2 squares. They will completely fall off B, a hard rotate to A. GMD's going to play default PKL. He knows the door is open, and Luminosity's about to come out A main. But it comes down to this fight in mid. How do they deal with Yell first?
Yell picking up 1, but doesn't see the second. That should be an easy kill for Sick here, as he does see Yell running up towards that highway. Sick is going to be picking up the trade. We're down to a 2-on-2 now, with both terrorists in the site. No Molotovs to clear it out, but is Cadian able to pick up his first kill here on Cello? In that default spot he is now, and they know where PKL is towards that quad.
Nice.
And Cadian picking up just another easy kill. And like I was saying, man, Cadian really coming into form. Playing a really good CS these past few months, I will say that.
Yeah, it's been very sound, and the nice thing is it's not flashy, right? Like, he'll hold an angle, he's very content. It's not like Wardell style where he's flicking around all the time, you know? It's very conservative, yet effective opping. Some
of the best ops are the ops that, you know, don't try and make it fancy. They just do the job that's in front of them, right? I mean, a really good offer for that. I mean, we do see his fanciness, obviously, in crazy shots hit, but Skadoodle. He's a guy that doesn't get a lot of credit for doing his job. He's not playing in this tournament, as Cloud9 actually just got eliminated by the Brazilian side. He won over in China. But still, yeah. Sometimes all you need is just an op that does his job. Doesn't go for those crazy hard shots.
You know he might not be able to open up a site, but you know he'll be able to at least get one on the hold, so... Compromises. GMD will be having no compromises towards the A side. He's not going to let them take a single foot. Let's take a single foot out of A main. GMD makes the body shot, but he finds Yell. PKL last man up. Armor CZ. Scary if you push him.
Ooh, nice nade.
Chunky down to 43. Peeks into his death. 8-1 Rogue. These last 2 rounds have looked more comfortable than the initial rifle rounds they had. They've been able to just keep players alive, which is key right now.
Yeah, and this is what I brought up in the pregame, right? Talking about cash and the fact that NA teams are just generally good on cash. When I saw that get picked, by the way, folks, for you just tuning in, this is actually Luminosity's pick that we're currently on. So for Rogue to be up 8-1, I'm sure Luminosity wasn't expecting this. But once again, the point I was trying to make, it's a map that NA players are really comfortable on in the pug setting, in the team setting, and it's showing right now as Rogue off to a great start. And now they're going for that mid boost over, just like pistol round. And we may actually get some kills here.
Oh, they're going to try to use the counter boost. Hiko gets 2, but it's immediately trade from Nekez, but Hiko's still up here, gets a 3rd before his head gets absolutely wrung. So good trades from Luminosity. They handled that well. It came down to just, they're simply defaulting all tight and close to mid, so the players were able to just swing on it. They wanted to send a couple players over boost. They clash. GMD pushes up A main. This round has a weird twist on it now.
Is GMD going to check his left side? That's what I'm wondering here. He hears the player over the boost now. That's going to make Cadian rotate over, put a little bit more presence towards that Z. But look at that. GMD not checking his back allows PKL to pick up a very easy kill. And now showtime onto Cadian. And wow, there it is. Luminosity with their 2nd round of their T campaign.
Hiko wanted to fall as soon as he got those 2 and then found Nekez, but PKL hit the dirtiest shot.
That round, honestly,
oh my goodness,
would have been closed out if the 2nd booster just picked up his kill.
Yep.
What happened in that scenario was at the end of the day, like, Hiko jumps over, he picks up the 2 kills, his teammate goes down, and then Hiko's kind of left in this purgatory of you know, I've got one more guy out there towards the T side of boost, and then I have one guy coming out mid. Hiko picks the mid guy, and he ends up picking up the kill that way, but we see the trades go down, the 2v2 arise, so Luminosity actually end up in a pretty good situation out of that, and right now we see the aggression from Rogue towards that B side. Hiko posted right now in that sunny area.
B-main aggression, sometimes hard to pull off flawlessly, but that deep smoke allows Hiko to just simply, as you mentioned, post up in Sunroom. Now Showtime has to expel some utility, and maybe even his life to try to get Hiko to the spot. The bomb on Yell's back, he'll come over towards the useless side of things. And Vice is just going to peek on Hiko's contact, so it's the setup will be. For now, Luminosity have mid control. They still have a player in Squeaky, so they can go wherever they wish. And Hiko goes down for free, peeks in towards Showtime, and now Vice is alone. He has to go huge, and he's unable to. Perfect trades, Luminosity. Cadian gets to the cross in time, misses a shot, and now the smoke blocks his vision. It's going to be hard for Ro to get back into this round.
We might actually see Rogue with yet again another save. Yep, exactly that. The 4-on-3 situation just a little bit too much for them to handle, especially with the lack of utility on their back. Sick really only having the nade set that they need. So Rogue will opt out of this round to allow Luminosity to get their third, but they're still going to be able to save that double op setup. So look for Rogue going into next round to continue that aggression and try and get those early picks featuring the op.
We haven't seen an op peek in towards A main yet. We've seen the rifles, so maybe that's something based on spawns we might see.
Yeah, definitely can see the A main going down. Maybe the B aggression as well. They've had really good success with that early B aggression. But 100% I do think, in my opinion, we will see those ops get aggressive.
And Sick got the God spawn too. One of the furthest ones up you can get. Maybe if you'd like it more to the left,
drop
right?
one as well. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Cadian does drop one here, and we're going to have a buy round out of the Rogue side.
Get out enough utility. Everyone has smokes, which is nice. So it looks like it's going to be Anchor, Cadian B, Sick the other op towards A, and 3 rifles mid. Yell nearly catches one of those Rogue players right off the rip. As Rogue now will put the rifles aggressive. It looks like they're going to play back-to-back in vents again. So if Cadian gets overwhelmed, he'll have 2 riflers fighting out of vents. And Showtime peaks, Showtime falls. Cadian doesn't have to try to leave, but he knows his B main smoke favors him. As he's able to push out, get into snacks. Yell hits a nice shot on Hiko. Now Cadian caught out. Yell is too quick on that op. As Rogue will send 2 players down vents, Shello gets the first. As GMT gets deleted from Shello as well, who ends up even getting the third. Luminosity. I mean, it took some time, but the kettle's getting warm. They're heating up.
Yeah, they're starting to shift into 6th gear here, Keith, and that's exactly what you need towards this late half. Not only will this switch the momentum, but also gets into Rogue's head, right? If you do win out this first half campaign, you know, you make it 8-7, Rogue starts to think, well, wait, going into second half, right? What did we just wake up the sleeping dragon of Luminosity? So I'm really excited to see this happening right now for Luminosity and Cello right there towards that Rogue double setup. I mean, it was a great idea. I think Rogue overall had 3 people towards that vents throughout that last round there. But I mean, Cello towards that B main on top of that box, picking up 3 kills. Great effort by him, and that's going to get Luminosity to that 8-4 scoreline you see in front of you.
It's unfortunate Cadian couldn't have fallen back to site or tree. Especially with those riflers and Vent, he felt like he needed to stay around and keep fighting, but you can't expect Shello to hit the shots like he did in Yell to check snacks with an op and beat out the op that's holding that angle, so. A book of unfortunate circumstances. Plus, I just watched the replay. Hiko actually ended up getting walled through the vent from Yell. So Hiko didn't even peek vent yet, and he dies. So, a lot of unlucky things. Did his gun barrel peek through?
Yeah, he was shown. He was shown. His body was shown.
Okay, so he got walled through the op. Yeah. Rough. But then again, you never sleep on pistols, especially on maps like this where you can get up close and personal. Like, look at Hiko pushing up towards A main. That corner doesn't get checked. Hiko gets one. That flash is sick, and he's just gonna get completely triple peaked. Cello has to be very conservative with his spray here. Oh my goodness, Nekis comes around and he saves his teammate. That certainly should have been Cello and Yell going down simultaneously. Instead, they only lose Yell. They'll retrieve the op. Great team play from the Luminosity to call for Nekis to just come over and help from mid-main. Yeah,
and Luminosity with 2 rounds left in this half. Looking like They're making something out of it. Look at the money on Rogue as well, buying up into this round. They're going to expend every last dollar in efforts to try and get a proper buy-up. We see only one kid on GMD. We have the one-op on Cadian. But the big thing right now, Keith, is the utility on the CT side. A lot of utility going their way, and this should be good towards that late-round retake scenario if Luminosity 2 take the site.
Rogue's power has so far been first pick and not traded. Lately, it hasn't been the case. They've been just getting one for one. It's a nice shot from Cadian, but a rough spot to be caught in with an op. They explode out
Sick.
Squeaky.
That
And
was
now,
huge.
yeah, Sick gets one and just disappears through the smoke. Into the night. He is gone. Now they have a molly and a smoke to Luminosity, but look at Rogue's utility. Double molly, that's quad default. They have smoke for A main, a smoke for Squeaky. Like, they can completely shut out Luminosity out of their own sight. As they force Yell to move. Questionable, interesting smoke. As it gives Yell a bit of some more angles to play with. Playing around the smoke.
Oh my
Yell
God,
is just
Yell.
not missing. He
Showtime
hits
with
two.
the flank.
And now Hiko in a 1v3. Too many players, too many angles. And that's another one for Luminosity.
Yeah, Yell forcing that aggression towards that forklift there. He gets smoked off towards the main, goes to Fork, gets spotted out, moves towards that Shroud boost area, picks up his first kill, hops back over to Fork, picks up an aggressing CT towards Truck, finally does get, you know, stopped in that after that Molotov comes down. It cuts off any real effort he can play, but he's already done his job there. He's opened up the round for Showtime in towards middle to really come out with that lurk, and Showtime secures that, leaves Hiko in the 1v3. And that's it. Luminosity picking up their 6th round.
Nekez has snuck through mid with a teammate. They'll boost a player towards Shroud. That's sick. The lone M4 as the SMGs take fights elsewhere. Cadian down to 12. Molly says escape. But now, full mid control comfortably. As LG can even just sit and wait. A minute 20, they have full mid control. He goes in defense, so it's not completely full, but now it is. Nice headshot coming in from Nekez. And now Luminosity will simply group and push. They realize there's SMGs. They realize the utility will be low for Rogue. They bought up what they could, but it's definitely not a full cart buy. As LG will start to head towards B. Cadian lone defender on 12 HP. This round is looking interestingly deadly.
Looking very grim for Rogue here as the sole protector on the B side is Cadian with 12 HP. He's really only going to be able to make a little bit of contact. He actually spots out the terrorists, but that's it from Cadian there. The terrorists should be moving into the B-bomb site fairly easily here. No contact really to be made. Maybe Cadian gets a little bit of damage, but he doesn't even opt for that. If he gets spammed back, he can drop it any second now. The bomb will be going down. Look at this post-line scenario already from Luminosity here. Everybody's already out of the site, Keith.
Jeez.
Except for the planter.
And there's 2 more smokes to chain together and only 1 kit.
Yep.
This is just going to have to be, alright, as soon as that smoke blooms, they realize that they're just going to push through it. Nice shot from Yell. He's shooting shots even while partially blind, and it's just an absolute slaughter. Yell is not missing, and that's scary that he's hitting shots like this and finding entries on this T side to when he swaps over to CT. He's going to be a deadly beast, because you know he's going to be all over the place.
Unfortunately, I mean, it's been a Luminosity showing here 6 rounds in a row from that point. We saw the 8-1 scoreline. And now we're finished 8-7 here. Luminosity definitely turning the tides of this match right now, Keith. And this momentum swung in their favor. As we are just waiting for these players to ready up as we get the second half going. I mean, overall, like you were talking about, Yell, he was doing a great job with that op. Cello really too. And all of Luminosity, their scoreline, with the exception of PKL, everybody's fairly within the same little bracket, you know, close to that double-digit mark. Yell really the person exceeding right now. And then for Rogue, you have Cadian sitting at 15-8.
Yeah.
He's just having a phenomenal game.
He's been, yeah, he's, as you mentioned, he's been doing just unreal. The way he's been able to get the opening picks, a little bit unlucky in the last few rounds in the sense where you're playing fence to get that cheeky A main angle in the pick, and then if they pop out of Squeaky, then you're kind of in a world of hurt, or out of Squeaky door, and that's exactly what happens. So a couple situations where he just got caught off guard, but he's been hitting some nice shots. Question is, do Luminosity stay as hot as they were on the T side over to the CT? I guess with the game being as close as it is, Pistol has less weight, but it's still vitally important.
Do you think we're going to be going live any second here? Not really sure what the error is. But we are live, Keith. We are live. Moving on into the second half, like we were saying, for those of you just joining us, Rogue up 8-1. Luminosity making that little push towards the end of the first half. Makes it an 8-7 scoreline now. Moving on to this CT side for Luminosity. Are they able to keep this momentum up? Are they able to close this match out? Will Rogue start to wake up now into the second half and finish what they started?
Hello, am I dead? Am I alive? I'm living, right?
You're alive.
Well, that's good.
Dead to me.
All right, well, thanks, man. Showtime. Back Squeaky taking the fight. Will I be alive? Evan, find out. But it looks like Showtime's alive right now, and alive and well he is! Oh my goodness! He gets the third! That is just disgusting from Showtime. And it's, well, time's up for Rogue, as that pistol is just swept under the rug, and it is gone.
Yeah, great effort from Showtime towards that back checkers area. As far as I'm concerned, that round is just continuing what Luminosity started. Confident round, dominant round. And they're going to tie it up, 8-8. Will they be able to take their first lead of this series?
It's looking like it, especially with the performance we've seen so far. But never count out the Deagles, the CZs, and the Scout on Cadian, the tag machine, and then the cleanup crew.
Yeah, Rogue actually went for Deagles and utility here instead of the armor. Sick, really the only person with armor. Very interesting out of them. Their economy's burned down nonetheless. They got a little bit more utility though for that end round.
Very slow round right now from Rogue. Just simply taking their time.
We'll see GMD now. He is trying to look into B, making a little bit of noise, but he's falling back to meet up with his team here. And it actually does look like his team want to head towards B bomb site.
As Nekas has full aiming control, so they have a really good read on what Rogue are up to right now. BKL fighting through the smoke, gets tagged to 43, gets one and won't take another fight as he simply just falls to safety. They'll even re-smoke top highway. Things have gone bad to worst for Rogue, who are now forced into a weird B split. One vent, two coming in through Z, and Showtime and PKL have a crossfire. The flash misses, and the bodies will fall as Showtime finds GMD, and Cadian will swiftly follow. 9-8 Luminosity, first one-round lead of the game.
I like the idea there from Rogue, though. They first smoke highway, allow themselves to get into Z, then they re-smoke that truck area so they can split onto B. Unfortunately, the first highway smoke, PKL actually spots a crack. He's able to play that crack, pick up his first kill, kind of get an idea of what Rogue is aiming for there. And towards the end, we see the rotations come in. Both those CT players playing for that Z split, and Luminosity shutting down very easily and getting their first lead of the game in the process.
They're expecting someone to come flying around Squeaky Door with an SMG. They're just sitting and waiting in anticipation, but it looks like Luminosity won't deliver. The pizza will be late, and that means it'll be free, as they're just going to have a little bit of a tea party. Not in Boston, but a tea party. Everyone's just sitting. No one wants to move. And that's the feeling everyone around the world will have later on this evening due to it being St. Patrick's Day. So, yeah, why not?
We aren't celebrating it, though. We're here celebrating the iBUYPOWER Invitational Cup. Am I right?
Yeah, we can celebrate that with some green beer as well, right? Kill two birds, one stone.
All right, and We are drifting towards that end point of the round now, and Rogue making a little bit of presence out towards that B, trying to catch a rotator off. Nobody on luminosity biting. And Rogue getting plowed down towards that A bomb site. Yell, PKL combining for a couple kills there, and that's going to be it. 10-8 is your scoreline moving into this first gun round.
No op for Cadian, down to the unzoomable op. Potential one shot, that is. And there'll be AKs. Enough utility to get onto site. Question is, how do they isolate Yell? How do they deal with him? They started to have issues with him late on the T side when the op came out. Will they run into the same problem on the CT? As Yell, defaulting, flash in. They're gonna push in. GMD gets caught. Just a default from Rogue, but they punish GMD, who got aggressive up towards the single box in A main. You can see the damage LG takes for that, but I don't think they're too concerned.
No, and now they smoke off that A main as well, take full control of that area. That was a great little effort from Luminosity, and look at the positioning that they have off of this. Full A main control. They have a double up B setup. One person even rotating over to reinforce that B bomb site. But it looks like Rogue, they're not going to stray away. Boosting over towards that mid. We still see Sick towards that squeaky door now. Maybe a highway split is what Rogue has in mind.
PKL, though, as soon as that door opens, Sick's life may be in danger. Flashing of the X-ray to
well, this is what the highway split's going to allow right here. As they do drop that bomb back, I don't think that Vice actually realized that he was out mid with it. But as we do send that bomb back, the thing is, the highway split, the highway lurk, may actually be able to pull PKL off, but that gets him to aggress A main, and Cadian, Hiko walking right back into this.
Oh my.
He's able to pick up one, but Cadian trading this out now, and this A hit's starting to develop now as Vice, working his way up that highway, looking to pinch into the site with his teammates.
Yell has full trust in Nekis right now. Although Nekis is tagged, he's tasked to hold that highway smoke, and he falls. Yell gets first, but now he's stuck at default. One player wrapping, one player going up and over. Bomb will go down as Vice is low, and now he's at 0 as Cello takes him out of the round. Oh! Nice shot from Cadian. Just as the cross smoke starts to dissipate, he'll remove Showtime. And it's Cello, Willie B. King against Cadian, who's posted at quad, his home, away from home, as Cello has to retake. No kit, but there's one right there. We can see it on sight. As Cadian plays time, bomb ticking away. Doesn't spawn. Crossing, sees him now, misses a quick shot.
He's got a banger.
4 HP, flashes, bangers out as Cello pushes up. Full blind is Cello, 4 HP. Cadian can't miss and he won't. Rogue will find that rifle round.
What an effort by Cadian there. Rogue staying in this right there. They pick up their first round of their T side. But geez, Cadian 19-11 right now. What a first op shot in that post-plant situation, that quick scope. His op's looking very nice right now. Whoa, was that the momentum switch that Rogue needed? What an effort by Cadian, boys. What an effort.
He's Danish, right?
He is. Yes, he is.
Okay. Cello? Sorry, I was just curious. Random things. You know, things pop into my head and I just kind of say it. We run with them. There's a lull in hands of GMD. Oh, it's an eco-friendly one, so it's not a galul. It's an eco-friendly lull, so that's okay. He'll play under boost. It's gonna be
the money though.
Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah, with that one survivor, they really didn't have anything to buy up into this round. I mean, that's why you see those Galils on the field, and 2 of them in that. And my personal bias, I hate the Galil. I think it's a waste.
It's so bad.
Yeah, it's so bad. It's a brutal weapon.
I feel like, do you just Mac 10 here, or do you UMP?
I wouldn't go that far. With a Mac 10. Maybe, but the Galil does allow you to engage at distance, right? So
yeah, it's a give and take relationship.
Mm-hmm.
The Galil more takes than it does give you kills. As PK again will be in Shroud. They've done this a couple times so far, so it should become oddly familiar. But will they clear it? Flash out. Nekis is trying to bait from default, so they ignore it. As they look wide swing, and GMD loses the first. Dinked on to Hiko, but they do deal with that Shroud boost. as Nekis just swings on Vice. These shots are absolutely disgusting as Rogue fall to their knees one by one. It's Katie and Hiko, but a nice wrap from Hiko sometimes. Somehow he's so sneaky as Nekis gets caught off guard. A-Site is now firmly in Rogue's comfortable hands, but the question is, the repo men are here, and what will they take? Will they take the whole house or just the couch? As Showtime and Cello will work behind the smoke. They have one more of their own, so it looks like that'll get tossed towards Quad. Perhaps a fake flash type of idea. And they are going to actually get dropped by Cadian, who's dancing. But his dance is cut short as the music gets cut itself. It's Hiko versus Cello, the Clutch King. As Cello wraps around Red, and the timing couldn't be worse for him. As Hiko's at single box, and this should be round done. Hiko's done it. As Cello's frantically trying to find him, and Hiko connects the shots. Rogue will stay in it.
10-10, just as quickly as Luminosity. Taking that lead, Rogue able to take it away, and with that A hit, I mean, Hiko in that 1v1, look at the money on Luminosity now. They're going to be opting out of this round, bowing out of this round. A couple pistols on the field, but Rogue should be able to pick up this round fairly easily, and in that, start building some economy as we see those MAC-10s hop up on the backs of Sick and Vice, as well as a UMP onto GMD. Look for a little bit of money to be made this round by the Rogue side.
Money's on the table, will be claimed. Sick barely making that cash, but he's earned it. As PKL may earn a death shortly. 7 HP, can't go anywhere, I'm all behind him. See enemies everywhere, actually gets shot in the back of the head from his teammate. It's perhaps a nice saving grace as Cello finds Katie, and this P250 is just doing way too much work.
Yeah, look at the HP. Everybody's in a very dangerous zone on the Rogue side now. These P250s could actually, or sorry, this P250 on Cello actually get to work here, but Cello's gonna be opting. Just go around to that T main here towards that A side and just get the exiting terrorist. Showtime staying towards that fork. He might actually be able to pick up a couple kills on some exiting T's towards that A main. Oh, what a shot by Hiko.
Some throwback vibes. Cello, who's dealt so much damage with P250, will deal no more. Rogue will take the lead back, 11-10, Sick dies, but it was for a MAC-10, and I don't think he's too bothered knowing the rifles are coming out from LG. But the nice thing is, if he held on to that MAC-10, there's no head armor on the side of Luminosity. I don't think PKL will have it. He'll go with body armor utility. Actually, he gives up some more utility for that head armor. So does Cello, so a bit of paranoia.
Vice keeping that MAC-10, I like it. Starting off this round with those default B nade smokes. Mauling off the checkers, smoking off the B main, and maybe even an explosion here through the smoke. Yep, that's exactly what's going to happen. Cello behind that checkers area.
Oh, not detected, but now mollied. Been pinged on the radar. As teammates are flooding in from LG, Nekes will come to save his teammate's life, so he knows, at least GMD knows, there's 2 checkers, 1 MIA. As he'll sit back spam, wants the one-on-one, and he'll take it with PKL. Spots the shoulder, dink through the wall. Now his teammates are going to push up, just misses the shots, and that's going to be Luminosity tying us back up. They'll pick up the op. Rogue, get bombed down. That's only $1,400 on top of the money from the bomb they're going to get back.
Yeah, it was a great idea from Rogue there to really just burst. They haven't been doing too much of that going on to this early T half. They've been working it a little bit slower. They were going to change the pace there, burst onto the B bomb site. Works out, but Cello behind that checkers box, that area right there, is so heavy for the T's to clear. I mean, he gets the entry kill, he smokes himself off as well, and just posts up behind it. Any terrorist that wants to extend has to extend through that smoke. On top of that, he has teammates rotating in through the vents to create a illusion of a crossfire setup, so now all terrorists have to worry about 2 different angles in that checkers. There's a great overall positioning from Luminosity, and they're going to be able to pick up a round to tie this game at 11-11.
Oh, this is an A-pop. Flashes and everything come out through the smoke. PKL doesn't know one's already out, but Vice wins that duel. PKL's bullets simply don't connect as Yell tries to hold cross, but that smoke stops him from doing so. Hiko plants, retake a man down. And it looks like Luminosity just want none of it. They lose one right away, and they just full save it out.
Yeah, no site control there for Luminosity. That site was swarmed by Rogue way too quickly, picking up the kill onto PKL with no trades as well. 5 people up in that post-plant situation. Luminosity just arriving as that bomb going down as well. They're going to be hard-pressed, especially with, I mean, look at the weapons they have. If they were to lose this round, which would be a hard round to even retake to begin with because of the situation, their money would be all but shot. They'd be reset. So this is a good idea from Luminosity. Let's tap out here. Let's bring it into next round. Let's regroup. Let's try and figure something out. Rogue, retaking that lead, though. They haven't seen that in a little bit there. As Luminosity, they were able to tie it up, take that lead for a brief moment. But Rogue, right back into it.
Right back into it, indeed.
Look at Cadian right now, sitting at 21-14 as we near the end of this first game. I mean, may even go into OT, so Cadian could be looking at a very easy 40 kills. I could see that very much happening for him.
B-pop back to what they tried previously. This time they catch Showtime, but Cello has just been a monster towards checkers, and Neka's again quick to rotate. This time, Sick supports Cadian. Yell peeks in. Cadian gets legged, but now this Molly will stop Yell from re-peeking. Sick catches the rotator. Yell is gonna pop some shots there. This is oddly doable for Yell still.
Yeah, but he's not gonna be going for it. But it is there. Cadian actually already on that exit patrol.
He's hunting it.
But Yell, I think Yell's going to go. No, okay, Yell isn't going for it. No, is he?
He's considering it, isn't he? He's just going to hold for the vent. So if they try to boost anyone out, he'll get the kill. The crazy thing here is you got to actually maybe rewarded an exit frag. I think he's waiting to hear sound cues from Sick, maybe? Nah. He's playing mind games with all of us, including us.
Maybe picking up a kill here on some unsuspecting terrorists, because Cadian's pushed all the way over to A, so they have no idea. And Yell, he's just gonna wait, hang out here still. He's not gonna be able to find anything. Just chucking that nade. Okay, so he did know the terrorists were extremely low, so that's why he was doing a little bit of effort. That's why he was hanging out, because he knew it'd be some pretty easy kills if they were to run towards him there. Unfortunately, Yell not picking anything up, but he does save that off here. And there we go, the first time out from the Luminosity side will be used at this 13-11 scoreline.
And I guess the discussion here is, do they buy? Do you half buy? Does Yell drop an SMG just to balance money out, just so Cello can get armor and an SMG? Like, what's the buy gonna look like? Probably pistols around the op, right? Plus, talking about where do we throw Yell? I mean, he's got, thankfully,
I'd like to see him either go towards that A main, maybe, for a little bit of aggression. Shut down that area, maybe have the pistol stacked towards B side, a lot tighter of a sight. Or you could just do the whole keep the op going and keep the pistols rolling with them and just do a choo-choo train, see where the op goes first and see what they do decide on. Yep, Yell going to be going towards that A main here, and I think he's going to get popped in for that A main control. Yep. So now he's shut down that A completely. Maybe the rotator comes out from PKL, but PKL is just going to be playing with him, maybe even push up off of this.
Yeah, we'll hold. Looks like GMD is lining up some kind of flash to allow this peak to come through. Flash goes out. There'll be Molly back, and they nearly came around the corner for PKL. And in response to this A main kind of control from Luminosity, Rogue done up mid. That shot nearly claims the life of Vice. Neka's just going to fire as he goes around through the smoke. Flash comes in, full blind is Vice, who actually smartly escapes in the smoke. He's not an escape artist, though, so he can't completely vanish. As Rogue will now just have to be like, all right, we're going to go towards B. Sick nearly gets caught, but Cello with a Peach 50 has been so good. And he dinks GMD, but he kills Sick, both find one. The round still intact for Rogue for now, but not much keeping it together. Not even duct tape. We're on Scotch tape.
To say, but Hiko picking up that kill on Nekaz now. This is going to make this retake very, very hard for the Luminosity side. GMD might be on 1 HP, but he's really not going to do much here. He just needs to camp, allow his teammates to really start picking up that contact. And we probably will see Luminosity save, too. Yep, that's exactly what's happening. Yell,
at least it's another round where Yell will hang on to this op.
Oh, maybe not.
Well, at least
Hiko.
Showtime found another one.
That's huge. They just lost. Okay, Showtime just, yeah, like you said, recovered it, picked up another off here, but Rogue picking up this 14th round. This is massive. You see Showtime picking up a couple exits, but it's too little too late. Rogue hitting the 14th round here as we near the end of this first map.
He may get got here. Now GMD's necking around the corner wide, so they're okay. Showtime hangs on to it. He did have enough money to buy another one, but saving that 4750 gun. All but important. And now it comes down to Luminosity having to string rounds together. They have to break Rogue's cash, and they're set for 2 more buys at least, right? They're sitting comfy. So this is all Luminosity. Rogue 1 away from securing OT. Luminosity fighting to stop that from happening. It's a bit early for them, I think, still. Early as in they don't want to give up OT and then try to have to fight back 4 rounds in a row. They'd like to get 12 on the board, of course.
That mid presence being created right now by the Rogue, and Neck is getting spotted on the edge of that smoke. Hiko's going to be picking up the first frag, and this highway split starting to take hold, and another great frag by Hiko. You see Rogue heading into that A now. PKL picking up 1, but that should be it for PKL. Oh, picking up the second through the smoke, and he's finally taken down as Showtime picks up a kill onto Katie, and now we're down into a 2v2 scenario here. Bomb should be going down any moment. But wow, Luminosity really bringing that round to life after Hiko picking up those 2 great kills towards middle.
Get NVIDIA freestyled on as Vice will smoke front sight. GMD full blind to toxic barrels. Sports fork. The swing from GMD with his crosshair not quick enough as Vice 58 HP takes him on one cello. Lovely headshot. Flashes over not once but twice. As Showtime is full blind, will eat it. For the sake of pushing up with a deagle in hand, Vice gonna molly bomb, so smart takes no time and doesn't matter. Gone. 1 HP, Rogue 15. This may just be map 1, which is LG's pick. Getting hit and dunked on the side of Rogue.
Yeah, I like the idea there from Vice to drop the Molotov onto the bomb with that much time left, because if said player in Showtime does not have a kit and that bomb goes under the 10-second mark, boom, right? Showtime can't pick it up, boom, Rogue get that round regardless. Vice, though, he's able to molly the bomb, able to pick up the kill, secure the round. Rogue on 15 now in this low buy from Luminosity here. As Sick picking up and get another kill onto Showtime here to start the round off, and we are moving into this B bomb site very quickly.
Cello's done amazing work with Checkers, but it's not going to happen this time. The kills are just going Rogue's way. It's Neckis and PKL. And what you can almost classify as an impossible retake. But going for it is an essential play. Otherwise, it will be moving on to Mirage.
From Hiko.
He's so quick. His Neckis is in a 1v5 UMP. Coming through a smoke event. Finds Vice. Maybe he can find Katie, who's low on 9, but where do you go from there? Unable to find him. 16-11 and Rogue pick up Luminosity's pick. And what was comfortable early on turned into a bit of a brawl, but then cleaned up on the T side late into that half from Rogue.
Yeah, Rogue finishing what they started as far as I'm concerned. They started off, like you said, great little CT start, Luminosity coming alive. But in the end, it is going to be Rogue's victory. And like I said, the NA team's on cash. They're very comfortable. You can't hold it away from them. But I'm still sticking by what I said in regards to Mirage. I think that the Brazilian side of Luminosity will be very strong on Mirage. I think that they can actually pick this win up very confidently, and then moving into Overpass, that's where I don't really have an idea of either of these teams. I'm going to actually, that's going to be an interesting match to see. But in the meantime, folks, I would like to just talk about, you know, the giveaway that we're doing. The Intel Extreme Rig, I do believe it's called, or the iBUYPOWER giveaway. We are giving away a fully equipped iBUYPOWER gaming PC, okay, and it comes with an i7-8700K processor, along with a Radeon RX 580 video card. That's an 8GB video card, VR ready, 32 gigs of RAM. I mean, it's a good PC. It's valued at around $1,600 US. You guys should take a look at it. Definitely want to participate. And if you want to follow iBUYPOWER, remember on Twitter, you can just do /iBUYPOWER, Facebook, iBUYPOWER Instagram, iBUYPOWER as well. But we will be going into the second match shortly. I'm Evan Emode. Join with me is Seaside. And we'll be back, folks.